You want to see the reality of science, Scientology? You want to see where it's created? Take a look at the floor. Take a look at those dice cubes. You see the dice cubes? You see the dice cubes on the floor? See these dice cubes over here? This is science, my friend. Every single one of these is telling you a new idea. 5, 4, 6 on one corner. 1, 5, 4. These are perfect, my friends. Perfect. You see the angle and the shadow? Shadow of light changing everything in color? That, my friend, is science. I can show you things and ideas that I can create out of the cards, out of my markers, off the wall. Everything has been noted in here through science. Everything I have done is through science. Everything is through science. Off the wall, nutcase, fruitcake. I'm not here to do a real video. I'm only here because I haven't been here all day. I'm going to bring you a few charmers. You want to see Ohio? Here's Ohio. Buckeye Red, the best rooster you can find in Ohio. O-H-I-O, Ohio. You want to see Mum? M-O-M. It also says Dad. Here's how we create it. When we lock arms with the M, we also get the A. M is the 13th letter. 1 and 3 is 4. 4, 4. Dad from Mom. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this design, but this is a circle that's got 4 areas of 360 degrees. Here's a circle that's got 4 areas of 360 degrees. We take the 4 areas and 2 parts of the above comes into the left and to the right. 2 parts of the below come to the left and to the right. 4 and 4 is 8. 3 and 3 is 6. Monkey ears. 8 equals 6. And on these dice, if this is 6, obviously on the other side it's 8. 2 is on the inside to 3, and inside will be create 9. 9 will be the master to 5, and 5 will be the master to 9. 4 and 5 equals to 60, equals to 42. 102 becomes 162. A and B comes creation, 3 and 6, bringing of the light, but those are just words. You can't master anything off of words unless you found the words that go along with the numbers. So this is what we have. 3 and 3, monkey ears. 3, 4, 4, 3. 4 and 4 equals 8. 3 and 3 equals 6. I just want to show you some part of transmission. 3 and 5 is 8. 7 and 5 is 12. 1, 2, and 5 is 8. 7 and 5 is 12. However we can create and connect from this is the reality of how we find the numbers. The letter T is the 20th letter. 0 equals 6. Not only does 0 equal 6, but when I say 20, 0 is actually 15. But because the 0 is in the first position, okay, I'm going to use it as 6 because the 0 letter, the O, okay, or the 0 equals 64. 6 and 4 is 10. 0 equals 6 equals 16 equals 7 again. 220 equals 26, or it equals 215. Because 0, the O is the 15th letter in the alphabet. They made it that simple. Where do I get this? This is the digital dots. When you see a digital dot between 2 numbers, it's actually an 8. Since the reflection of 8 is 6, it becomes 6 and 8, 14. 14, or 1 towards 14, or a minute and 14 seconds is actually 74. 74 seconds is a minute and 14 seconds. If we look at all the 5 areas in the heart of number 5, 514, 514, 23 and 32 equals to the total of 74. 7 by 4 is 28, the moon. In between is 5 and 6, which is Aleph. Why is 5 and 6 Aleph? Because 1 and 4, or the ace card, is the first card, the 11th card in blackjack, or it is total of the 14th card when you're playing poker. 1 and 4 come together to create 5, and 5 is the reflection of 9. 9 and 5, the reflection of each other. Not only that, F-I-V-E equals 42. N-I-N-E equals 42. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals 6 and 8. The percentage sign, when the percentage sign is drawn, see the percentage sign? That's 6 and 9. You connect that together, that's your digital 8. What is your actual 6 and 9 about? 6 and 9. If I turn this around, the minute it turns, as it turns, it's pushing away my hand. It's pushing away my hand, and when it goes to here, my hand goes back inside. Or it eats up my hand. It eats up my fingers as it turns around, and it pulls it around with it. That's your 6 and 9. One is a 6, one is a 9. They become your digital. They become your digital. They become your digital. Talking about a long-necked goose, how many Christmas gifts have you gotten, and how many songs have you heard sung? Sung? Look, they're gone. We'll leave that on the side for now. But as we know, if we did move them together, right, if they were next to each other and one was on the other side, what would happen to these two, since I have them up here, is they would run into each other. As I'm turning this one around, okay, as the part comes out, it runs in and it stops. It stops on these here. This one runs into here and it stops it. So then it automatically has to go the other way. Going this way, it brings something with it. Then all of a sudden it goes the other way and it stops. And it hits this over here. It hits this over here. And then it comes back the other way. I'm not sure which way it goes, but if you put it together, I might end up with Snoopy the dog. Everything that is cut out goes back together to create something else. When God said he made it personal with your own perception. To perceive is your reality, therefore it is personal, and it's, hey, this is what I believe, don't change my mind, because that's your personal reality, and that is what you share with God. Who is God? Whatever is God, lets me find out. It's the communication center from a whole other world that nobody believes, unless you go to church, and then they do believe. But since I'm out here doing this, most people don't want to believe. At 21 views per video and 4,000 videos later, starting from scratch, I was handed one of these cards. Why are you writing, sir? She says, you'll never show this card. You won't call it up. No, I won't. This is what she gave me. So if you don't want to believe me, believe this guy who shows you no numbers other than the numbers in the Bible. I can show you the numbers in the Bible, how it shows up on these dice, how it shows up on this calculator. Choose a number. 77 times 75, which is the year we're in, equals to 5775. 76 times 76 equals to 5776. Egypt equals 5777. I wasn't going to do a video, but I'm doing a bric and brac, which means a little bit about everything. Let me move the camera over. Inside of this, the ace is the 1. The ace is the 14 when you play basic poker. That's 15, and that's all the balls we have. That's all the balls you have. 5 equals 9, and you got everything only through the ace. The ace is number 1. The T, as for 10, because they show you a 10, but they don't show you that the T for 10 is the 20th letter. The T is also the 10th card. The Jack is also the 10th letter, but the Jack is the 11th card. The Q they show you is the 17th letter, but the Queen is the 12th card. The King is the 13th card. I don't know why I marked 14. It is the 13th card, but is the 11th letter. 24 for the King, 29 birth for the Queen. 21 is the cube for the Jack, and the 10 gets 30 for creation. But it also gets 6 because it's 20, and it gets 6 for the 10. So 10 equals to 30 plus 12 equals to 42. 10 stands for 5 and 9, 2 worlds brought together. Jack stands for 21 plus 6 is 27. 27 will relate to creation. 11 will be 66 on the cube. 12 will be 56 on the cube, and that stands for Aleph. Aleph comes back into the game because Aleph is the A and the E letter. 1 and 5 equals to 6. The 6 holds a vowel value. The value is O. A and E, 1 and 5 equals 6. A and E equals O. 6 and 9, and 4 and 1 create 10, 10. The left side to the right side. 1, 4, 5, 6 equals 3, 2, 5, 8, 7. The swastika. The swastika is a symbol of how to relate your numbers. Don't get this this German thing because they put it in our minds because they didn't want us to see realities. But we can't leave out anything because it's all real. It's all real with only the perception that you have. You leave out the realities because you perceive that because he and they. 512, 512 is your memory. 512 is 8. 7 and 5 is your 12. 6, 5, and 1. 1, 5 into 6 is your 12 again. 1, 5, and 6. When you have 1, 5, and 6 together. Why? Because the 6 is opposite of the 1. I must draw the 1 through the 5 into the 6 over here. When we draw 1 through 5 into 6, the opposition. Now there's an opposition. Even though 6 and 1 are on each side, we have to understand that the downside, the bottom part, which is flipped over, and we only get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and underneath we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it's represented with 7, 8, 9. So instead of taking 1 and 6, we go now 7 and 6. It's the 7, 10, and 13 world. That's the spirit numbers, the spirit, the soul, the spirit, the body, and the soul. Okay, these are your numbers. Inside of, I'm going to try and go around. So I was talking about that. This 1, 2, 5 memory also creates the yod. Even though it says 8, the yod is the 10th letter in the Hebrew alphabet, and it creates this design. And the yod is located on almost every single picture card. It is the line, the I letter, the yod left, the yod right, the yod bottom, the yod this side. All the way around with yod will create the mark that the I leaves on every on a lot of letters. Look at your letters. You'll see the extra mark on the left side. That's showing that it connects the two worlds together. I showed this 114 is 74, but there's more than one clock that comes together. I'm not going to, you know what this is? This is H and H, upside down from each other. Well, forget about this thing. It should look like this. What is 118? What is this? We did this already. We did this. We did this. Yes, Mary. Mary, you marked down 46 and 45. 10, Jack, Queen, King. 10, 11, 12, 13 equals 46. 4 cards. 16 cards in the deck. Total. 46, 10, 11, 12, 13 equals to 46. There's 16 cards, and it's 4 times 46. Equals to 138, which is the spirit of the church. Equals to 184, which is the spirit inside of Pluto, Neptune, and Mars. That means communication through Pluto. 1 and 8, Pluto is inside of us, connecting to Neptune and Mars, in which it was reverted, okay, where the spirit is now in Neptune in Lo Shu, and Earth is now located where Mars is. When you add 1 to 9, all 1 to 9 cards equals to the 45. 10 Jack Queen King equals to the 46. If we put the ace after this, it becomes the 60 seconds on the clock, connecting 1 and 4, 5 at the end where 9 was. So if I would put 14 here, the ace at the top, okay, I would now have only 44 at the bottom because the 1 plays, we don't begin anything until we get to 4th Street. 4th, TH, the first time it starts is at 4. So let's remove the 1 over here. Instead of getting 135, we take away 3 and we get 132. That is the doorway for spirit, the Kabbalah, because that's what it says. Anyways, the total will become 180, becomes 186, or 168 to 724. Communication, 724. This one at the top is 184. The total is 364. Divide this by 13, but divide this by 13, it equals 28. Divided by 28 equals 13 moons. Ace to 9 equals the total of 91. Spirit is equal to 91, and 1 and 9 is the full extension of 7. There are 7 areas plus 2. 1 and 9 is 2, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is what's in between. Pretty simple. Now we're going to take the 74 that comes from the center 5. 74 with 4 clocks equals to a total of what? 4 clocks, 4 by 70 is 280. 4 times 7 is 280. 1 second. 74 and 74 is 148. 148, 184. Same number, 4 clocks running from the center. All the picture cards running the clock. 74 and 74 and 74 and 74. 280, 296. Rotation of 296. 2 gets 8 into the 10 worlds. 2 gets 5 when it's running through the gateway, and 2 gets 2 when it's running through the gateway, when it is the passage in the gateway. 13, okay, is the energy that passes through the 7th gate. It's a tube. It's a tube. You come in at one end and you come out the other end. You don't count this end. You count the end that comes out, like right into you, like that. So we end up with 5 times this is 370 becomes 376. 376 less 10, which is 1 and 9, which is 1 and 9. That is your 10. You're always plus and minusing 10 because it comes from somewhere. 101, you had to add 10 because you can't start at nothing. Aleph is 165 because the 1 and 6 is the only 7 gateway. The 1 is away from 6 by 1. 1 is the ace card, plays in the 5 position. The 1 is the only one that comes out of the 6. And it plays in the 5 position. Right next to each other, ace, ace. 2 aces come out to each other, becomes Aleph. L, Aleph. A, E, and F. This one becomes O, F. Tabitha. 20, 8 and 12 is 23. T, A, B, A, T, H. Time heaven, 8th. It's time heaven. It's Tabitha. I don't know exactly how to do it. 1 minute is 60 seconds. Sexes. 60 sexes. The other thing about this that I want to mention is 105. Now, where did I get to 105? Because when we add time, 6 and 8, 14. The ace card, 14. The ace card plays in the heart center. The ace card in the 5 is the percentage sign. And the percentage sign is found on the keyboard on number 5. The 2 is your 333. I mean, the 3 is your 333, your pound key. The exclamation point is on 1. It's a baseball bat. It's a receiver, or the pineal gland, the way I like to look at it, because it feels good and it sounds right. And I might be slightly off, and that's why I'm telling you, so you can correct all the things you see different. Well, not correct them, but change them. Change them how you like. So we get 1 to 14. When you add 1 to 14, it equals 105. It equals 165. 105 times 4 parts of the clock is 420. 420 is the weed that bonds things together. Like the coral reef, coral reef, reefer, weeds. 420. When you turn it around, 420 becomes 525. 525 or 25, 625 of the Mayan calendar. This becomes 10 and 7. 52 is the word 6. 52 is heart, 52 is earth, and it also creates the light within the spirit of 67. 67 is the spirit of 67, is the light of the head and the tail. The body is the passage 6. 6 minus 1, 6 plus 1, with the body, with the mind. Okay? 525, 630 becomes 636. 735, 840 becomes 846, and then 945. The 9 areas of the fox. 9 becomes 1. 1 and 9 is the intelligent fox. Why? Add 1 to 9 and you get 45. So sometimes they're asking you different questions in the 10 worlds, in the 7 world, in the 13 world. In the 7 world, it's minus 2. So you're just going to say 245 because it doesn't matter if it's plus or minus. It's just telling me this side or that side. That's all. Where else am I going to go on here? You ever see the chicken foot? This is what the chicken foot looks like. And today I saw a piece of a pine tree that fell down. The branch was the same thing. The branch was the same thing. The other thing I wanted to mention in 420 is remove the sun from this number and you get 366. That is the day. 3 times 66 is 198. 98 is the high heaven. 9 and 8 reverses H and I. 17 becomes the head and the tail one more time. 9 and 8 is 17, 1 and 7, and 9 times 8 is 72. Becomes 89 again, and it's the same letter. The sun or in the night says Inuit, or the S, K, Mo. The word is in 11. S, K, 19 and 11, the word is in creation. Take away the sun, you have the day. 74 seconds is a minute and 14. 1814, 6 and 8. This over here is an 8. It's the decimals, it's the points inside the circle. It's showing you that there's, if you have the center, you don't need the outside. You have the outside, you don't need the center. You have the donut. If you have a closed donut, usually you'll have something in the center. One of the reasons I show you this is because here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The numerological value and basic simple stuff, because I believe that English, French, Spanish, and a few other languages that I'm, Russian, and a few other languages from the world that I throw against each other to balance out my reality, okay? But right now I'm just using the English, because if I would use French, I would go treize, douze, Z-E, 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 26 and 5, 31, 31, C-A, 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 energy, energy, energy. 1 equals 34, 2 equals 58, 3 equals 56, 1 equals 34, 3 and 4 is 7, 3 by 4 is 12 equals to 19, 1 and 9 is the spirit from 1. 2 equals 58 equals 13, 40 becomes 53, and then becomes, because of the 0, becomes 59. If I put the 15 on the 0 over here, because there's a number before it and 0 is not alone, when 0 is usually alone, I just like to say 6, but this becomes 19 in itself. 2 becomes the doorway. 4 and 15 is 19. Again, 19 only in one side. Plus 13, the energy, is 32. Aleph inside beta. 11 becomes 41, becomes 47. 41 in Monopoly is the first time you get the Mediterranean because you don't have one dice to play, you have 2. 4 is special because it becomes 66. And not only that, when I say 40 or 0, it's plus or minus, but it's plus or minus 6, or we go to the left. We take away 4. We go to the right, we add 6. 40 becomes 36 and 46. Minus and plus, 36 and 46. 36 becomes 49, 7 by 7, 7th gate. 46 equals 59, equals life in the 7th gate. 5 equals 42, and look at 9. 9 equals 42. 068, 068. This becomes 12, this becomes 3. This becomes 5. 3 and 5 electric company, 3 and 5 electric company. The power goes through 5 and 9. 7 equals to 65. 3 equals to 56. 3 and 7 is 10. So we know that they connect to make the perfect match. This becomes 41. This becomes 41. 3 and 7 together makes the perfect match because Pluto is number 84. 8 represents 7 by 7. The gateway is inside 8. Equals to 49. 4 times 9 is 36. 4 plus 9 is 13. This equals to 49. And the word 8 equals to 49. E and I is 5 and 9. So 5 and 9 is inside of 8. G and H is the 7th gate to the 8th world of 20. 5, 5, 5, and 5 is the crisscross. And the breakthrough that crosses through 5 4 times. 20, 28, and 7 is 35. And 5 is 40. And 9, 49 equals to 49. 8 is 8 is 8. It's perfect. 10 equals to 39. It says sky. The lab is in the perfect. Lab. 10 is the laboratory. Laboratory. Creation is in 11. E, and E. LVN, the leavened bread. The total for 1163 is 9 and 15, 24. So they're creating man. 24 is 5 and 9. 11 creates 5 and 9, 9, 11. And 12 equals to 15 and 56 equals to 71. 12 creates the head and tail. 12, 6 and 6 on a dice. 1 and 1 is the 7th gate. 12, the only way to 1 and 1. 12, you need 13, you get 1. 12 is 1 to 1. I was just showing you ways to get 12 in roulette. There's this way to get 12 in roulette. 812 equals to 80, and 2 is 96. The rotation of 20 is 96. I am who I am, or Ohio over here, one more time. This is and can create I am who I am. And Ohio, O-H-I-O. The digital and the passage between two sides is in Ohio. Probably enclosed to Bowling Green. And we know the Buckeye Red, the rooster, the #1 rooster. The Buckeye Red, you see the way it shows from one side to the other side, from one O to the next O, is the H and I inside of Ohio. There was one thing about 74, which 33 comes into the effect. 3 by 7 is 21. 3 plus 4, which 3 and 4 make 7, equals 7. 7 by 21 equals 147, the side of spirit. Another thing I wanted to mention is inside the cards. In the cards, the ace, the 3, the 5, and the 9 all have an ace position. The 3, okay, holds the vowel of U. So the ace position holds a vowel of U, A-U. The F position holds a value of O, where A and E come together, 1 and 5, to create the F, and the vowel in F is O. But there is no ace inside of F, but there is a vowel of O. A and E create F, it creates the fo. The fee, the fo, the fi. Why? Because E and I come together as A, E, and I come together. A and E, and then I and E. Fee, fi, fo. Inside of one area of a cube is 9 spaces. This one is on an angle. It's a little bit different. It creates the full value of 3, 5, and 7 on this angle. You can do it the other way on 1, 5, and 9. I'm not sure which way to go. There's more than one way to go. Just something real quick to understand where the tongue is split, right here at the bottom, with a split tongue. Could that be the gills of a fish? I'm not quite sure. The fish one way, the fish the other way, or his tail is all his contact for his knowledge behind him. He sees in the front, but he knows with his tail in the back. You touch a fish's tail, he knows right away. There's a ton of stuff. I'm going to just do a couple more things. Like a book. See the Y? The Y up and the Y down like a book. The letter A, J, and S are all in the same family. If I don't do this way, I will come to the extent that I need a passage opening. 2 will go this way, short side, and 2 will go this way. Just a design, multi-level design, an accordion, how things come together. ABC comes together. Why does ABC come together? Because in the alphabet, the telephone has told us. 5, the 5 letter holds JKL, 10, 11, 12, 33. The K letter holds MNO, 42. So if the 6th letter, is that what I said? The 6th letter, which is the F letter, holds MNO, holds 42, that means the F holds the passage to 5 and 9. The 7 holds PQRS, which is a total of 70. But on the debit machines, they remove the Q, and on the debit machines, they remove the Z. What was 98 is now 72. Man lives in time, 26. And here, which was once 70, could be the spirit of 76, is now removed, equals to electric company and time. 7, 2, 5, and 3. 7, 2 is 9. 5 and 3 is 8. 7 and 9 come together for H and I. Q17, the heads and the tails of 2 and 7. 17. And what's inside 17? That's right, 2 and 6. And what's inside of that? 3, 4, 5, 12. 17 and 26 is 43, and it's the DC power. DC power, or these two over here, 33 and 24 equals to 57 to the moon, 54 equals to the sun and the foxhole. This is an extension of the roulette design. I'm not finished it yet. I'm not sure which way to go because there's a lot of ways to go and everything works. What is this? A is 1. We need to get 7 and 10. Why don't I go to 4? Because 4 is the halfway between everything. 10 equals to 16. 1, 0 equals 16. And 0 equals to 15. Plus 1 is 16 equals to 136, the laws of Moses, by the third one. 6 and 1 equals 7. And 3 equals 10. 10 and 6 equals 16. And 3 equals 19. 19 and 6 equals 25. 25 and 3 equals 28. 28 and 6 equals 34, and 3 is 37, and 6 is 43. Why do I do this? 6, 3, 6, 3, 6, 3? Because it creates 1, 7, 1, 7, 1, 1, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Why? Because 10, 6 and 4 is 10, equals 7. 24 is the other way. 28, the moon. 2 and 8 is 16, equals to the light. 2 and 8 is 10. 1 and 0, 0 equals 6, another 16. 28, the moon, equals 16 and 16. 19, the spirit, between A and E and E and I. 1 and 9 is 10. 1 times 9 is 9. 9 and 10 come together. 10 becomes 16 and 9 is 25. Representation of Jack and representation of 25B. 2 and 5 is 7. 4 and 7 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 5 and 11 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 4 and 16 is 20. 2 plus 0 is 2. 20 becomes 26. Now 26 envelops into 25. 25 and 26 must come together, A and E, because 0 equals 6. If it equal to 15, if this equal to 15 is 0, becomes 17. 17 now becomes the Q. B and O, or B and O rail. 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4. These are the only two numbers that will not create these two numbers. Everything becomes 2, 7, 11, 16, 20, 25, 11, 7. It becomes 2, 7, 2, 7, 2, 7, 2, 7, 2, 7, 2, 7. 2, 7 is inside 1 and 8. Because 1 and 8, what happens is 9, the ace card, okay, is in the 9, and it plays inside of 8 through the 5 position. So 1 and 9 are gone. Take away 10. Like I said, add 10 or take it away because they're both gone. They play inside the 5 position. Aleph. 5, 4, 5, 4 is the sun and the foxhole. This is creation. 6 by 3, 6 plus 3 is 18, and 9, 27. 2 and 7 is 9. 5 and 4 is 9. Here again, we come into this one. 5, 4, 5, 4. Now it's 4, 5, 4, 5. 4 and 3 is 7, and 5 is 12, becomes 3. And 4 is 16, becomes 7. And 5 is 21, becomes 3. And 4 is 25, becomes 7. And 5 is 30, becomes 3. 3 becomes 15, becomes 18. Creation of 666 when 4 is developed. We need the 4 corners because the dot is the ace inside of 4. 5, 4, 5, 4. 3, 7, 3, 7, 3, 7, 3, 7 equals to the wings of Aleph. Inside of 3 and 7, the representation of this is 56. The representation of this is 58. This represents 4. This represents 2. 4 and 2 is the representation of 5 and 9. Representation of 8 and 6, man in the heaven. D is now 3 and 6, the same thing as A. A and D come together and also is the 14th card when you're playing poker. 1 and 4 is what creates the 5. 4, 7, 4, 7, 4, 7 all the way. You have 13 and 31. What's in between is the same. You have to box them in because of the reflection of the same numbers, so you play the same numbers in between. 25 and 22 and 16, 38, 48, 58, 63, create 63. Between 34 and 43, there's only one number, and it's 40. 40 becomes 40, and 3 becomes 43. Do you see that again? Did we do that right? Between 31 and 13, 16, 22, 38, 48, 58, 63, create your 63. Now between which number did I have to do again? Between 34 and 43 is over here. And it's 40. It's the only one. The 40 days, the 40 nights on the D letter. 40 becomes 46 and is a representation of 4 by 6. 4 plus 6 is 24 and 10 equals to 34. Representation of DC. What 5 and 4 won't do, 40 does do. And then there's 5, which becomes 27, 27, 27. And 6 becomes 1818 inside of F is E, and 2 and 7 are the next numbers. Between here and here is 7, but there's actually 6 numbers in between. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 numbers in between here, 4 numbers in between here. 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 numbers in between here, 6 numbers in between here. 1, 8, 1, 8, 1, 8. Harry is number 6. Harry, 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 Harry. Harry's all about the F. 6, 7, 15, 16, 24, 25. 25 seems to be in every single one. It's Y, Y, Y. It's what divides everything. 34 is in every single one, and 43 is in every single one because that's your 7 world. 34 and 43 will be in all of them. What's not in all of them is 15 is 6, 6, 24 is 6. F-O-X. 33 is the creation. 43, 51, 52. So if we go between 24 and 42, we get 25, we get 58, 68, 78, 88, 92. That is the birth. 92, 2 and 9 is 11. 11 comes from 8 and 1 is 9, like we did in the last one. 7 is a go-go. Why is it a go-go? Because on the 7th one, there is no movement. 0 is the movement of 7. 7, 0 equals 15. 15 is the 7 ball and the 15 ball in pool. One is below, the other one is striped. 7 and 15 is 22. 11, 11 to make 22. The only way is 5 and 6 in the dice, and 5 and 6 in the dice. 56 and 56 is 112. Equals to what? 4 moons. 28, 28, 28, 28. 4 moons. 7, 13, 16, 22. Why? 0 will now equal 6. I'm not going to go anywhere else. I'm going to leave it at the bottom number. 1 and 5 is 6. 7 equals 6. 6 and 7 is 13. That equals to your 4. Remember we were missing the 4 before? Well, 4 comes out when we do 7 because of 0 equaling to 6. 3 and 13 is 16 equals to 7. And 6 equals to 4. And 3 equals to 25, 7. And 6 equals to 4. And 3 equals to 34. And 6 equals to, bingo, 40 again. When does 40 come out? 40 comes out when number 4 is out. When number 4 is out, when number 7 is out, 40 is out. What's in between 34 and 43? What's in between 31 and 13? 38, 48, 58, 63 again. The numbers don't lie. This has nothing to do with me. This is to do with what the numbers do. Now, 8 became a little bit more complicated because my desire to find something else. But 8 is minus 1. Why is 8 minus 1? Because how does 8 get to 7? It's 1. But since we can't, 8 does not play the 7th gate. It plays the 7th gate inside the 9. I add 1. So 8 becomes 1, 8, 1, 8, 1, 8, 1, 8, 1, 8, 1, 8. Because if I did not do this and I went down to 7 and I needed to get the total of 9, which is 18, I would have to add 11. I would go down 1 to 7 and then add 11. I would get 18. At 18, I would now have to get to 7 again. I would then add 7. So let me do this right here for you. I didn't do it yet. So let's do it now. So to get 8, we would have to go down 1, which would be 7. So we'd start at 7. So now we have to add 11, gives me to 8. Oops, sorry, we'd have to add 10. Okay? If I add 10 to 7, I become 17. Now the problem with coming to 17 is this 0 becomes 6. This automatically becomes 7 in itself. I end up at 14. Now I need to get to 16, so I have to add 2. So I had to get 1, 10, and then I had to do 2 because this one over here will now become 16. Okay? If this becomes 16 over here, after I add it to 7, 7 and 16 will make number 23. That's 5. Now I need to go, I have to add 2, becomes 25. Now I have to keep getting to 8. So now I would have to go to 1, and I would get 26, and that's 8. Now I would have to go to 7 again, so I would have to go 9, and then I would get 35, and that's 8. Again, wait a second, 26, and no, I would have to go 26 and 26 and 9. No, 26 and 26. This was 7. This was 8. Now this is to be 7 again. 26 and 9, 26 and 8. Yes, it's 26 and 8. 2, 1, 8, 26 and 8 is 34, is 7. And then I have to go 1, which is 35. And that's my 8. Now I have to get 7 again. So I add 8 to it again, and I get the 43. And then that becomes 7. So, and then I have to add 1 to 44, and then I get 8. So it's a little bit different to do the 8 and the 9. So I'm going to do these numbers over again. There was one other thing that I wanted to mention, is this. I'm not finished this, and I'm going to show it to you tomorrow. This is Roman numerals, 9, or this is the L letter. Is it the L or is it the I? Why? Because this way it looks like the I, but when you press capital L or capital I or small l on the computer, they both look the same. The capital I and the small l look the same, so it becomes confusing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 20, 30, 31, 22, 31, 40, 49, number 8 becomes 49 again, the same number as before. 8 equals to 49, and 4 by 9 and 4 plus 9 equals to 49 again. 9 equals to 33 and 24. We're just going to add up. This becomes 16, 26, and 36. This becomes 42. 1 and 2 comes a representation of 5 and 9. This becomes 62 as a representation of the energy within the world, but I keep getting mixed up with 26. Although I found the answer many times to it, I keep also getting mixed up. Remember, the yardstick is 3 feet. It's also in meters or gallons if you want. Liters, meters, gallons, feet. 10 Commandments. How about the barnyard? Animals and fence. 10 Commandments, barnyard. Even though you add up all these, you know what this equals? 55. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals to 15. The egg. The first one equals to 15, the egg. This one equals to 30. Creation. 30 becomes 36 and 15 equals to A and E together. The egg. The arrow pointing will now create the R letter. 1 and 6 create 7. 2 and 7 create 9. 3 and 8 create 11. 4 and 9 create 13. 5 and 10 create the egg, also creates 21. 0 equals 6 equals 21. What is all this? Across from each other. If I do opposites, 1 and 10 is 11. 6 and 5 is 11. Everything becomes 11. 1 and 10, 2 and 9, 3 and 8. 11, 11, 11. So pending which way you want to do this, okay? There's one more piece and part in this. I am who I am in an envelope. You do see the little animal, right? You do see the A. There's an I over here, an I down, and an I up, an A and an A. The W, if you take a look, here's the W. Here's the M. Here's the M. Okay, here's the I. Here's the H. I am who I am in Ohio. There was one last piece, and it's how the dice cubes work. If you want to create 9 or 5, 5 equals to 42, 4 and 1 or 3 and 2. The numerologicals that go with it, 4 and 1 is 60 and 34, creates Uranus. 3 and 2 creates 114. What is 114? When you add 1 to 14, okay, when you add the 1 card, the ace, to the 14th card, it becomes 105, the hand of God. 70 and 35, or 1.5 times 70 equals to it. This comes out of number 5. What comes out of number 6? 3 and 3 equals to the moons inside of 6. 4 moons, 112. You can do this both ways, 56 and 56, because 3, 3 this way and 3, 3 the other way. If I hold a set of dice and you hold a set of dice, we get 224, and then we get 336. And then we have 1 more moon to split between us, between the 4 of us. Everybody gets 7, 3, 4, 3, right? 3 times this is 336, 12 moons. Then 4 of us split the last moon, 7. So it becomes 343. 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4, 3 times 4, and 3 times 4. 3 times 4 and 3 times 4 is 12. 12 times 12 is 144. Times 7 plus 7 equals to 2016. 4 and 2 equals to 118. Or, again, 5 and 9, 2 times 59, the representation of 42. The clock, and this is the representation of 2. 1 and 5 is 6. Again, 1 is 34. 5 is 42. The representation of 76, or the church. Creation of the split worlds. 8, 8, and 8. Where is the split worlds? They're right over here. The lower, the upper, and the split world in between. It's the lot of it all. You remember lot? Well, this is what it creates. The H over H creates the lot. Raphael, 7286, in the constellation of Pegasus. Still knowing all these cards and what they do, because I did not finish with this, and I don't remember if I'll get to it, but remember, T, 10 equals 30, Jack equals 21, Queen equals 29, King equals 24, and the Ace, okay, the Ace, okay, equals 1 and 1, right? The Ace is the first letter in the 14th card, 1 and 14, 114, the hand of God. 1 to 14 equals 105 equals 165, Aleph. King equals 41, 5. Queen equals 6 and 2, 8. 6 and 2, 8, number 62. 26, 62. Jack is 25. That's the beta connection in between. 10 equals to the sky. Ace equals to rotation of 6 and 9, in which 4 and 1 and 6 and 9 equals to the 10, 10 worlds. Ace King, Raphael, 7286, in the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching.